Okay guys, welcome back again. Appreciate you watching. Now, so the last video, which I've been trying to upload for like 3 days now, for some reason, I don't know if something's wrong with YouTube or possibly my internet at the house, but it's going halfway through the upload and then failing every time. So I'm still working on that, but meanwhile I have to get the car done, so I can't be home trying to upload it right now. Because the HPP called me and wanted to know if they could move my dyno date to Monday. Today's Friday. They called me like Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Today's Friday, so I have a couple days to get my car 100% done, everything gone over with a fine-tooth comb, so I can get on the dyno and get off the dyno as quick as possible. It's all, the longer I'm on there, the more it costs me. So if I'm on there any longer than it has to be, it's my fault. So I need to make sure that it's not going to happen that way. So I didn't bring any GoPros with me today. I just forgot about it this morning before I went to work. So it's just going to be me and the phone. So I'll try to set the phone up like I used to. I'll just kind of show you what I got going on, and I'm going to not really take it apart because like I said, I got a lot of stuff to do, but I'll take you back to the trunk and show you like how the wiring went for the fuel pump. Is extremely simple, so even with the panels on, I can show it to you without me really having to show it to you. So let me switch the camera around and then we will go through everything that I need to get done and that is going to get done. Okay, as you can tell, the front end of the car is still not on there. So that's on the to-do list, to put the bumper on and headlights and splash shields for the wheel wells, which this one is going to have to come back off. You can see it's hanging down looking all ugly and half-assed. Sorry, I really try hard not to cuss on this channel. But if you remember, we ran the fuel lines through behind that wheel well, so it's not fitting properly. So what I also got to do tonight is pull this tire off, and I'm going to heat up that. It's just plastic. So I'm going to heat it up and shape it around those lines so it'll fit in the fender properly. Up here, I put on the boost controller, made a little bracket out of a piece of aluminum. Try to get out of the light there. And then just use some bands to band it to that bracket. I also need to take off the wastegate, which is down there. You can get to it a lot easier from underneath. I have a new wastegate spring, so I need to do that. The Y that's right there for the new fuel system and the regulator, those are chilling there. I mean, they're pretty solid for just hanging out. I mean, they're not really going anywhere. But I still would like to find a way to put some kind of mounting, like whether it's a self-tap or just something, just so I don't have any vibration problems with the lines. I gotta put that intake tube back on. The heat blanket on the turbo needs to go on. I would like to do something with this. Right now, this is an aftermarket SR Performance Slim fan. I just had it wired up to the high-speed fan to make sure that would work. I really like to make that more permanent looking, not just some wire terminals shoved into the connector. I mean, it's working, it's just looks ugly. Let's see, what else do I mean, there's a lot. I'm just trying to remember it all, to be honest. Let's see, while I'm thinking about it, I can take you guys to the back here and show you. Okay, so when you wire up the Lethal Performance, you can print this off. If you want to, you can pause it. I highlighted all the important stuff. Hey, there's a list. I highlighted all the important stuff that you need to know. You can pause it on it. Everything that's highlighted green is the things, that the rest of it's just talking about it. But if you want to read it all, you can pause it. If you want to read just the highlighted parts, you can pause it. But pretty much behind that cover right there is a it's a fuel pressure monitor is pretty much what it is. you have to cut a line or a wire on there and then wire in your new relays. It's just like one wire you put onto one wire if you get the pre-wired kit. So then you find somewhere to mount your relays, which I really don't want to. Yeah, you can't see. You can't even pull that back. I really don't want to pull all this stuff out because I'm kind of in a time crunch. I might one day just to show you guys. But so you just mount your relays, which I have mounted right there beside that on the same bracket that the FPDM is, which is that module, that fuel pressure module. I have it on that same bracket that comes. And then the wire comes down underneath here. It goes to the fuel pump and the grommet that's underneath the spare tire. And then the power wire that would go to the battery, my battery being in the trunk, mine wraps around and then comes through a little hole that's on my battery box. I put a little rubber grommet on there so it won't ground out or anything. And then it comes around and comes to my power. You can see it right there. So when the lid's on there, it'll look really clean. Which the lid's right there. Yes, I mean, that's really it. That's all you guys really missed. Which you guys haven't seen the other video yet because, like I said, I'm having problems uploading it. But, yeah, so like I said, it's pretty easy. If you guys want, you can pause on this and read it. It's a pretty simple thing. It's nothing too complicated. I said I'm just going to set up the phone and start knocking all of this out. Like I said, I just got to get as much of it done as possible. So Monday being the dyno time, I'm probably going to, I don't know, maybe vlog that day to show you guys as much as possible the process and how everything goes. I have not talked to HPP about filming in there. I know they'll let me film it on the dyno, but as far as filming them, I'm not sure. I'll just film as much of it as I can. But yeah, I'm going to set the phone up and get started. I need to get this stuff knocked out. Try to show you guys. So you can see the poor fender liner fitment. The reason is because the feel lines come up right there, so it's pushing that fender liner down. So what I'm gonna try to do is heat up like this section right here where those feel lines are sitting on the other side, and then force it back in a spot in hopes that it will mold and fit like it should. Will it work? I don't know. We're going to find out. What I'm going to use is just a little heat gun, nothing special, and see what happens. Probably get a glove on so I can press up against it after it gets soft, and see what happens. I'm going to try to find somehow. I was using that just now for the phone, but it's not tall enough now, so I'm going to try to find something to set the phone on now to get that view. I probably shouldn't turn the phone because it might mess up the picture. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, guys, there it is. It ain't the prettiest thing, but it's up there. And you're not going to see the back of that anyway, where it's kind of, I might have overheated it a little bit, like right there. But, so right there was a factory hole. I just made it a little bit bigger to fit a newer style body clip in. And the hole in the fender itself, the fender liner was already there. It's already way too big of a hole. It's still a little warm. But it was, the hole in the frame was already there. I just made it a little bit bigger to fit the new style. We get those off of dualies, and we have to put mud flaps on it. We have to replace those with screws for the mud flaps, so I have a whole bunch of them. And then down here, there was already I don't know what, there's a threaded cert on the frame. I don't know what it was for, but I found a nut or bolt that would fit it in my bolt bin, and then just put it there. But now it's like it was if it was factory, minus a little bit of overheating issues. But I mean, it looks pretty good, and from the perspective of somebody else, you know, it's gonna look clean like it did factory. So yep, all done. All I did, guys, was take the heat gun, started up with this area here, heated this area up right here, and then pushed it all up and in so that it would tuck up in here. And then once I got it to where I wanted it, I put that one in there and then just held it with my hand until it started cooling. And then here I started heating up this area, which is when I overheated this section right here. But for the bottom, I heated up this area right here, and then once it got more pliable, I folded it up around and put that bolt in. But yeah, good enough. I gotta put the one that goes right there in there. I'm gonna use another new style, and then that's it. It's there. It's good. So move on to the next item on the list. Okay, guys, I went ahead and dropped the fuel tank and swapped those two sender wires. If you ever put one of these up, you have a black with, I think, orange or red wire, and a yellow wire that you tap your sender into off of your fuel hat. And I think I had them reversed, so I swapped those around, see if that fixes my fuel gauge issue. If it doesn't, then that means I did have to modify the tank, and I probably had to pull the pump again, which ain't that big of a deal. The tank's not that hard to drop. I probably just won't do that before the dyno thing. I'll fill it up anyway for the dyno. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bumper on and the headlights. I'm not sure what else is on that list. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I might go through the fuel lines underneath the car and secure any of those that I feel might need to be secured a little better, which they're all on there really good, but I just don't want them to ever sag or fall. And I have extra of the straps that they send you with the fuel line kit, or with that whole kit, so I might go ahead and do those too. But I'm gonna install this front bumper and headlights and stuff. bulbs were LED bulbs, so I wanted to make sure that I had the polarity right before I went and buttoned everything up, because then it's a little bit harder to get to. Just a little tip, when you drill a new hole in your car, or like I did, I made the hole slightly bigger for these new style forward retaining clips. I usually have a white one, but I can't find it, so this is just a black paint pen. Instead of just getting a spray can and spraying and getting everything covered in paint, you just use one of these paint pens and color in the clean metal, and it helps prevent rust. Okay guys, there it is. Pretty sure that's everything. I don't think I missed anything. Something to let you guys know if you ever go to turbo Mustang. This is the upgraded on 3 turbo, which is the 7665, I think that's what it is. When you put that turbo blanket on, it's very, 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 very close. You can see it's not hitting it. It spins freely, but it's very, very close. Just something to think about. I think my next turbo is going to be a 65 ball bearing. I kind of like those. But bumpers on. Super gluing this little headlight strip here. These are eBay lights. So you can see the chrome inside. It's coming off. Great quality. But I knew what I was buying when I bought them. And just needed something better than what was on there at the time. This car, I'm going to do a video on it. Tell you guys a little more about this car, where I got it, where it came from. It's a pretty cool story, actually. Whenever it's all done, dynoed, I'm going to do a full walkthrough of the car and everything it's got up to this point, and show you guys everything. Talk about some stuff coming up at that point. But I just wanted to show you that I think she's ready. I'm going to go through my checklist here in a second, but I mean, I think she's ready, and man, I can't wait. Come on, guys. She looks good. Even looking like a monster truck right now. She looks good. I know one thing I'm going to have to do pretty soon is this shock over here. I guess from sitting, I have the iBox Sport Pro dampeners all the way around. This one right here blew out like a couple days ago when I was backing it out of the shop. They're about 4 years old. I mean, come on, they're $600 for the set, so you kind of figure they'd last a while. But I was actually backing out of the store right here, and there's about an 1.5 inch like bump between the top of, you know, the floor in the shop and then that concrete pad outside. And when she hit that bump, she made a big pop, and fluid just started pouring out the bottom. So on that K member over there, it looks like I thought I had an oil leak. I got nervous because I forgot about that shock over here popping. But yeah, guys, so there it is. There it is, guys. She's back together. I think she's ready. I am going to go through everything just once over, you know, just for good measures, and check everything out. I'm going to start it for you guys. She runs. They get very, very rich, but she runs. Starts right up. She builds pressure. But I mean, I'll go ahead and I'm going to set the phone back up, and I'll start it up for you guys, let you hear. Not like I said, I'm not going to run her long. Yeah, do some more checking on it. And I don't want anything to be too hot. And then on top of it, like I said, she's dumping fuel, so I don't want to wash the cylinders out or anything. But I think you guys deserve it. You've watched this long. Let's listen to her run. Remember guys, this is the new fuel system, so you're going to hear the pumps are pretty loud when I turn the key on, and I let them sit and run for a second to prompt the system. If there's any air, it pushes air through, and then she usually fires right up, so hopefully she'll let me down this time. I guess keys would be a good idea. Got it. Let's try again. there you go, guys. Also, I was in there, I just turned the key on. First time since I rewired that sender. And it looks like either that sender's bad or that the float's caught on something because it's still showing empty. So that'd be another video that I'll drop that tank out and put another sender in it. I'm just going to order one first. I don't want to drop the tank and that sender be okay, just broke, and me waste my time. So I'm not going to be worried about it before the dyno because I'm just going to fill it up anyway. And we're trailering it down there and trailering it back, and I think it's like a 12 or 13 mile to work one way, so I know I can usually get about a week of a tank of gas or about that. But yeah, so there she goes, guys. She runs. I'm super excited for Monday. I'm ready to go. It's been a long time coming to drive my car again, and so some good drive videos coming soon. Thank you guys for watching. Loud but slow. Out.